fate of Ophelia is one of the most debated topics in Shakespearean scholarship. The tragedy of Hamlet's Ophelia is that she is rendered completely powerless by her male-centered world. She is manipulated, deceived, betrayed from her father, brother, and Hamlet, and stripped of her ability to make any choice on her own. The realization of her complete hopelessness sends her into a spiral, and her story ends with her body found floating in the water, covered in flowers. Though it's heavily implied that Ophelia unalives herself, the real fate of Ophelia remains a mystery. The feminist interpretation of this moment is that it is an act of resistance. Ophelia creates for herself some semblance of power within this constricted world and makes the choice that will free her and ripple on to affect those around her. The more depressing interpretation is that her hopelessness is made complete by the very fact that Shakespeare doesn't even give us an answer to what happened. Even her ending, whether it was purposeful, violent, or accidental, is left up to the audience and not Ophelia to decide. All interpretations give us this devastatingly beautiful moment that has continued to haunt us throughout the centuries. Now, Taylor Swift's new song is intended to be a positive recasting of this tale, placing herself within Ophelia's slippery shoes. The chosen artwork on the album also makes it clear that the Ophelia metaphor is really important for understanding this album. Now, I may not be a die-hard Swiftie, but I am an awarded Shakespeare scholar. From my vaguely central vantage point, I think this metaphor could have been done a lot better. Swift's Ophelia, who is dug out of her grave and has her heart saved from her fate, is actually suffering the same fate. What happens to her, whether she sinks or swims, is dependent on a man, and that was Ophelia's tragedy all along. I think it's also important to note that at this point in the play, if Ophelia had been rescued by Hamlet, it wouldn't have also mattered. What Ophelia was suffering from was a complete disillusionment with the patriarchy. Even her actions to pursue and love Hamlet were because her dad told her to. I understand that Swift is using Ophelia's story to tell her own love story between her and Travis, but I think that there were better Shakespeare heroines or other literary heroines that would have been much better to use for this purpose. Good metaphors should pull well and cleverly from the source material, and I think this just misses the mark. For instance, the line "'tis locked inside my memory and only you possess the key" is spoken by Ophelia to her brother during the play, and it's actually quite a chilling line that shows that her brother has complete control and possession of her mind and body and spirit. I really like the idea of recasting this positively, but I think it needed a bit more depth and intention.